Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. Mineral production in Mozambique should generate revenues of some $680 million in 2013, with the IMF forecasting that its economy will grow 8.4% this year. Mining Weekly Senior Deputy Editor Keith Campbell tells us more. Welcome, Keith. Now, can you summarize some of the benefits that Mozambique is gaining from its mining sector?
Well, you've already highlighted two of them, the revenues that the mining sector is bringing in the country, and the mining and natural gas sectors are bringing into the country, and the economic growth that is being driven at the moment primarily by the mining, mainly coal, and natural gas sectors. You mentioned the expected revenues for this year, about $680 million. That's up from about $470 million last year, which itself was a dramatic increase over about $170 million in 2011. The contribution that mining and natural gas is making to the economy is also increasing. In 2011, it accounted for about 1.7% of Mozambique's gross domestic product, or GDP, and this year it should be around 4.3% of GDP. So it's bringing in lots of money and it's driving the economy, and it's reducing Mozambique's dependence on foreign aid to finance its government functions.
Now, what challenges does the country face from mining?
Well, this is in many ways an unexpected boom, and they are suffering especially from chronic shortages of skilled personnel. And when I'm talking about skilled personnel, I'm not merely talking about skilled miners, engineers, geologists, geophysicists. It's everywhere. It's lack of skills in government officials in terms of the licensing process, which slows up the licensing process, in terms of environmental monitoring officials, in terms of health and safety inspection officials, in terms of accountants, auditors, infrastructure specialists. There is a chronic shortage of skills everywhere, and there's a chronic shortage of training facilities to produce these people. So this is a challenge the country is facing. They are moving to create the training centres, although the acting secretary of Tet province actually admitted they should have been doing this 10 years ago, and that they were taken completely by surprise by how fast the mining sector has grown. Tet, of course, is the centre of the coal mining industry. So there are challenges like that. To avoid negative, bad effects of mining, Mozambique is already a member of the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative and has been classified as compliant with that initiative, which is designed to get as much information out into the public about how much the government is earning, how much taxes the companies are paying, to try and avoid the resource disease that has afflicted so many countries, which have led to corruption and maladministration. So they have enormous challenges. They're trying to address them. They're working very closely, for example, with Australia in this. Australia's providing a lot of assistance in building skills in Mozambique for the mining industry and for the oversight of the mining industry.
Now, you mentioned that the centre of coal mining in Mozambique is Tet province. What are some of the concerns around the people living in that area?
Well, I mean, this is one of the things that happens with any new major development project. There was a lot of excitement and inevitably exaggerated expectation. People expected a lot more jobs to be created than actually have been created. To make matters worse for the locals, because there's such a shortage of skills, the mining companies have had to bring in Mozambique and some other parts of the country, where there is slightly greater number of skills. You know, you're going to find more skilled people in Maputo than in Tet. So this has caused some resentment. The mining companies are working to deal with this. Valley, for example, now has training programs for locals in Tet province. They're training people who they don't intend to employ themselves. So they're not just training their own workers, but they have decided to train other people to give them skills that they can get jobs in other companies or other sectors. So that's one initiative taking place. There have also been some concerns about relocation of people, because obviously if you put a mine in and people cannot live on top of it, they have to be moved. So there have been in the past some concerns about that. And there is another problem which it's difficult for the mining companies to deal with. It's really beyond their powers to deal with. They've brought in more people, they've stimulated the economy, and this has driven up prices. And though this, of course, means that the people who are selling, for example, food to the miners are benefiting, people who work, especially in government jobs, are now suffering. For example, school teachers. Their salaries haven't gone up, but the prices of accommodation, the prices they pay for food, including staples, has gone up quite dramatically because of the economic boom created by the development of mining. So that is a problem. As I say, it's something beyond the mining companies' power of dealing with, but it is a problem for the Mozambican government. And the issue of trying to ensure that their own officials are not impoverished by economic developments that are making other people, local people, better off.
Well, thank you very much, Keith. That's the show for today. Join us again next time for more news and insight into what's happening in the mining world.